It's a view from my tent this morning. I'm gonna watch the sunrise. Good morning. Gonna be a good day. Good day for hiking. Alright, we're packed up, dressed up, ready to hit the trail. Be a beautiful day. Alright, just broke camp. Everything feels good except for my foot, right foot. And no problem with the heel, so I've been using more of my midfoot or forefoot strike, and it's just sore. I should have taken some ibuprofen, but just broke camp. The sun's that high now. I don't know, I have any idea what time it is. Thought I was getting out early, but 3 guys already left camp. Really in no rush. I'm 16 miles to Damascus, and all day today and tomorrow I have a hostel stay at Crazy Larry's, which I was reading some reviews on, so just to see how that turns out. But just gonna take it easy today, put the trekking poles away, not gonna do any super fast hiking, just hopefully a stroll in the park. The Appalachian Trail Park Trail. It's not really a thing, but all right. Forward. So a little reflection time as I head into Damascus, into town, into the money pit, any money pit town. I've been thinking about lots of things that have been said along the trail. You make it through Georgia, you make it through one state, you make it through the next state, you make it up one mountain, one step at a time, and as long as you're making progress, and you have the right attitude, you can definitely make it, barring any injury or financial trouble. I'm too stubborn to let any nagging little injury, unless something catastrophic happens, an injury is not going to take me off trail. What would take me off trail, and what is beginning to concern me, is the financial part. You think you have all the equipment dialed in, and it's hard to really determine that when you're not on trail or when you're not experiencing the elements. So I definitely came in over prepared and things that I definitely didn't need to carry, but there's also things that I needed to purchase or will need to purchase in the future to make sure that my journey and trip is successful, including sneakers, which I really bought a couple pair anticipating that I'd be using them. But it certainly could be $1,000 bill by the time you're in Maine at Kahtoola, with the different shoe choices or replacements. So that's something I haven't considered. In all honesty, I started out with a considerable amount in my checking account and a second savings account for my hike. And the checking account was depleted a lot faster than I thought it would be because of some stays that were not necessary, but also some stays that were not necessarily planned but necessary, coming off of the Smokies and getting into Gatlinburg. That was definitely a trip that I didn't plan on taking, but because of the inclement weather and kind of what we got stuck in, and then Gatlinburg itself is very pricey, so there was a considerable amount of money spent there. I also took probably an extra 2 days in what was it? It's the Fontana Dam Resort. Because I was waiting for Cap, I wanted to make sure I had somebody, to hike with that I kind of trusted and, felt a little bit more secure, in going into the Smokies unknown, not knowing what would be coming. So it was nice to have somebody along with me to hike with, and Cap, I really appreciate that, and we got to know each other. I got to meet up with Squirrel, and those are good things, but it did cost me a little bit of money, and that goes back to hiking your own hike and making sure that you're taking care of protecting your own hike, and that for me that's really financial now. So even though like traveling with somebody could split cost, it's also determined how often somebody would like to stop now, and for me, I really have to cut those stops to very few and far between as much as possible. Fewer stops mean more money saved. More money saved means longer on the trail. Longer on the trail gives me an opportunity to complete. So I'm gonna try to keep you updated without divulging too much personal stuff, but it's part of it. This is part of the experience. It's part of learning. And if I really would like to ever live off grid, there's no money to be made in the way that I maybe made in the past. And I'm honestly, I've lived pretty comfortably and made pretty good money for my situation, I think. I paid things off. I put money away. I've obviously been able to save for this trip. I've rented cottages, taken lots of time thought that was a snake, to enjoy myself and put more money into my house and buy property. But not having a job for 6 months and regular income is kind of scary. It is scary. And one of the things that kind of primed me for this is teaching and having summers off, and not getting a paycheck for 3 or 4 months during that time, and I thought, shit, if I can do it for 3 or 4 months, why not 6 months? Kind of, that's starting to wear on me a little bit, and I think that's kind of what I wanted to reflect on and have pondered. So really planning out my stops, doing a hero where you just go into town, get your stuff, and get back on trail would probably be ideal, so I'm not spending any money on a hostel. But I also want to think about cleanliness, to get in a hot shower, washing my clothes. Those are things that do take time, and it's hard to get into town, do all that in one day and get back on trail. So I'm gonna have to just learn. It's just the learning process, learning curve. Pretty sure town's right there. I've been watching it for the last 2 or 3 days, but I could be wrong. It could be, that looks like a lake. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna go around a couple of these things and end up over there, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I feel like that's Watauga Lake still. Over there to my left, and there's town to my right. I think I've kind of learned the way things. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Other trail was a Pinotti or?
No, that was Carlos.
Oh, Carlos.
Carlos
So,
did that. Who's hiking.
Yeah. Okay. So he's up ahead with another guy that.
Yeah, we camped at the.
Oh, you were at the shelter?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just up on the hill.
Up on the hill.
Yeah, must have left just before you got out there.
Yeah.
All right, Freeze.
All right, lad, be well.
Oh, yeah, thank you, sir. I'll catch up with you. Purple Heart Trail. Go up this way over these couple hills. We're at low gap right now, elevation 3,385 feet. We have McQueen's Gap, 3.7 miles. Abagadon Gap Shelter, 4.8. Damascus, 15 miles. The other one underneath it says Damascus, 14.8. I don't know if it makes a difference at this point. 15 miles, still a long ways to go this morning or today. I'm up on the first of 2 cabins. Another one's not very far, so it's, I think it might be 10 miles to town from here. Check it out.
Good.
This is quite the little shelter.
There's room in here if you want.
I might sit down for a minute, but I'm gonna eventually keep going. You're not staying here tonight, are you?
No.
We'll hang out at that shelter for 25 minutes, 30 maybe. BodyShop is his name. BodyShop, originally from Rochester, now lives near Charlotte. Hugo and Summer are his dogs. Summer is the husky that ran away last night. They're pretty tuckered, looks like right now, but they're only doing another 1.25 miles to the next shelter is where I'm gonna head for a little bit, sit again, hang out, maybe cook some lunch this time. Still 11 miles to town, so I'm not rushing because I don't need to be there. Would be nice to get in town and maybe check it out. I think I can camp outside of town. So if the trail's like this and continues to be real nice, I'm not going to call it easy. So I was just talking to BodyShop about, it's not easy, but it is a nice trail to walk. Then you know, I might be in town today, and we'll catch up soon. I'll let you know. Tennessee, Virginia state line. 3.1 to the edge of town. Right now it is 2 o'clock. So I should have no problem getting there. It's just a matter of what I do when I get there and where I stay. Either way, it's a long day looking for rest time here and lunch. It's 3:10, April 20th, and I've just got into Damascus. So I'm gonna figure out what I need to do from here next.
Well, she's not a hiker, whatever.
But I pick up hikers all the time.
We appreciate it. Yeah, I'm videoing you guys right now.
You
So
also go on YouTube?
yeah,
Oh, really? How many subs you got?
not enough. Maybe 100.
This guy's in Damascus, best town on earth.
Hey,
There you go, Brian.
we're getting a
Beautiful.
yeah.
Y'all take care.
Thank you. That was very gentle. Very gentle. Drop some.
He doesn't like everybody.
So just got done at the, what is it, chicken house, whatever it was. Met Fletcher, a local, kind of been hanging out here for years. FiveShot, another local was my server. I got a place, they hooked up at the crooked or broken Fiddle. So I'm gonna head over there and see if I can get a place, see what it's like. Thanks to those guys. Broken Fiddle, Springer Mountain 470.8, Katahdin 1721.2. Let's see how this goes. Bottom bunk. Right outside the bathroom, unfortunately. But good water pressure, lots of towels, lots of amenities. Very happy. We just got to hang out in the hammock, chill out, get a nice hot shower, clean clothes coming up. So, it's been a good day.